Friends too.
All right, welcome to Bleach Bangs, a holiday special, and we've got 11 After from Topeka, Kansas with us. I just want to take this time to just kind of introduce ourselves, and that way you guys can introduce yourselves to us. I am Randy. I'm in Oklahoma City.
Hi, Randy.
I'm Ashton, and I'm currently in Oklahoma City.
Ashton.
And I think that I've met all of you guys once or twice before.
Yeah. Maybe a couple times. How you guys doing?
Great. We're kind of doing this a little bit different. We usually do this all from different houses, but of course, Ashton's here at my house because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and we got tons of people in our house.
So if you hear screaming in the background, no one's being hurt, I swear.
Both ways. I'm Brandon. I'm lead singer and guitarist.
I'm Jake, the drummer.
I'm James, the great one. I'm Skylar. I play bass.
Awesome. So, my wife got to catch you guys at the Dime Store Riot show, and she's like, "Holy crap! They're from Topeka. Freaking John needs to be ashamed of himself. Why haven't they been on the show?
Why is it taking so long, John?
Come on, John."
I'm a slacker. I don't think, Randy, that you can even say that I've ever really had a band from Topeka on. Technically.
No, you're right. You're right.
So we're the first band from Topeka?
I think so.
Then we're honored.
We'll take that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. First time for everything. I love it.
Number one.
So what's the scene like up there in Topeka?
It was rainy today.
It was rainy today, yeah.
Fair.
No. The music scene, I mean, I'm pretty sure the trap is where it's at in Topeka. So
nice.
There's
Still.
Holding true.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Holding true.
That's cool. Yeah, Brian does a really good job of making sure that everybody's seen and.
Well, we don't have to talk Brian up today. He's on a cruise, so we can skip that.
Fuck Brian.
All right.
I will say, when we've played that bar, and we didn't draw very well, probably because we played there so often over the years. He always made sure that we were taken care of. So, it's like home base.
Hell yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he does do sort of the thing that I or what John would probably do if you owned a bar and you really wanted to support the bands. It's about the bands. It really is. And some things happen and the draw isn't as good as you thought it was going to be, but just take care of the bands. They showed up. I mean, come on, so that's what I really love about the Trap. They do a really good job of making sure that they're taking care of the bands first.
Yeah. Yep.
I want to get into some stuff with you guys. First off, I'd like to have you guys give like the people out there in the world a little bit of history about you guys and the band. I feel like I've basically watched you guys grow up over the years, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I was there at the very beginning, but I was pretty close, probably.
Yeah, we started together in a band out of Overbrook called Headway, and I was the drummer.
What?
I walked into a gas station, and their bassist at the time was just talking about his band before. It was like, yeah, we just don't have a drummer right now. I'm like, my turn to go up there and pay, and I go, do you have a drum set? He's like, I can get one. I said, okay, well, I could keep a beat. All right.
Iron.
And that's where I met Skylar and James. And through them, I met Jake out there at the Jam in Carbondale. So we were in Headway for quite a while and parted ways. And so we've been together as 11 After for 14 years.
Oh.
2007, I think. We wrote a lot of songs out of our trailer. James and I lived in a trailer just outside of Overbrook. So I think one of our songs we wrote on a Thriftway paper bag in Sharpie.
Hey, it
After
works.
construction.
It was past.
Yeah. So we've been, best friends for,
Oh, did we lose them?
Did they die?
I think you froze up on us.
I didn't know Elsa was in here.
On COVID time.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
The last drummer got into a pretty bad accident at work and kind of messed up his elbow.
are we still going here?
Quit playing and
It looks like we're frozen.
are we froze up?
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you
We
now.
can hear you, but it is frozen. Oh,
Oh.
now we lost you.
Yeah.
There you
back.
are.
Okay.
Anyway,
He hung around us. He hung around us when we recorded our Dead World album, and he was always in the room just hanging out. And we hit him up after our previous drummer Britt got into his accident and said, "Hey man, you want to come play a couple shows?" Because we had some booked up, and it turned into a permanent deal. And
I actually played drums for the guy that runs the studio briefly. So I was around when 11 After was doing their Dead World album in like circa 2018, 2019.
Yep.
And I was able to hang out. His name is Barry. I was able to hang out with Barry from Rofo and sit in with like the drum editing, and I was getting super familiar with the band and their material. I happened to actually catch 11 After as a fan like 2 or 3 times in Topeka before I ever got the opportunity to play drums for them. So it
Dude,
was,
that's the best.
yeah, it was a really cool opportunity for me. And they needed a fill-in drummer a couple of times when COVID happened, and I learned their album, played a couple of shows, and then 6 months later, maybe 4 months later, I was their drummer.
He's not telling the whole story. He learned like 45 minutes worth of material in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Shit.
And
It was
I
interesting.
mean, he only needed 45 minutes, not 2 whole days.
and Britain,
Dude.
the drums that Britain had were, full bore, all 100% go. So it was no small task. So we got lucky.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
we did. Struck it twice.
And one of
That's
the
awesome.
great things for me to see from a band that I got to watch grow up and see the beginning is to now that you guys are like branching out with tour dates, even if it's like weekend shows that you're running to Oklahoma and you're hitting bigger gigs and you're getting to different cities. How's that feel for you guys when you're leaving your home base and getting out there a little bit more?
It is fun. Like, hands down, probably the most fun I've had in this band is just heading to where we did. I think one of our most memorable experience as a collective was when we went to South Padre.
Yeah.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
The drive sucked.
Fair enough.
What was that? 16 hours straight. Like,
Oh,
Because it's 11
minivan.
for us in Oklahoma City.
that's a whole bunch of fuck that.
Before we did a weekend in Houston, so we do Houston, and then we
man.
drive back for a few days, and then we drive back down to South Padre Island.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. It was pretty brutal, but it was definitely worth it.
Like Jake rarely sleeps, but he was asleep as we were going over the bridge to South Padre Island, and I was just like researching it because I'm uneducated. I was like, South Padre, and I wake him up. I go, hey Jake, what? We're on a tropical island, man. We're gonna play a tropical island.
Eating the whole weekend, dude. Tropical freaking island, man.
It was fun. We got tan super quick.
The next week we were Mile High in Denver and Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Yep.
Is
That's a big change.
We've met some awesome bands on that tour. Kira, Nine Left Dead, Almost Guilty, Dime Store Riot. There's too many to name. Beneath the Skin, of course, we knew those guys before, but Drek hung out with us in South Padre. It was a really cool experience, and to say that we've toured now after
we've been
so
wanting
many
to do
years,
this for like a decade, and we finally did it.
we did it.
Hell yeah.
We want to do it again.
Yeah,
All the way down to Padre.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wanna go back. Yeah, I would do it.
Now, normally right now, I would say something to Ashton about giving everybody a little taste of the music, but apparently I have to say something to Randy this evening about giving everybody a little taste of the music. Ashton, jump over there in front of him and take over the computer. Come on, man.
Don't tempt me.
It's
Jump right in that
it's
chair.
usually me. I do have something queued up, and I've got Undertow.
Okay, well, if it doesn't work, we can do it a cappella. So
Oh,
Nope,
hang on. No, don't.
Do you have- let's see
the technical difficulties.
It didn't work.
Didn't work. We're going acapella. Love it.
Here we go.
Standing at the end. This is not the way that I planned. Think of what you said to me. Look at where we are. Think we're close, but we're really too far. I can't pave the way for you. On and on we go. In the undertow, break my
Nice. Hell yeah, guys.
Man, Randy, I didn't think you were actually going to play it. I thought we were going acapella.
Well, I could see the look on their face. It kind of looked like fear. It kind of looked like fear.
They got a lot more detail all of a sudden.
we wake up in the morning and we piss excellence.
I love that.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah, it's on the table if you want to hear it. It's my job to make everyone as uncomfortable as possible.
Oh, you don't even know the two cats we had in standing behind us before.
Don't call them. Don't call them.
Don't call. You don't want. You don't want.
You're about to bat signal them.
If you want uncomfortable, they can get us all uncomfortable real fast.
Let's get into what's next for you guys. Like recording wise, or your next big tour that you'd have coming up. Anything that's your next big news. What's next on the horizon for you guys now?
Well, our next show is December 7th in Leavenworth at Vivo Live. It's called Direct the Halls. We're going to get to play with the Hard Margaret's, I believe, for the first time.
Yeah, we've never played with them.
We've never played with the Hard Margaret's before, but their music is awesome. But we get to play with the Hard Margaret's, the Stacys, Drek, and Kira. And Kira blew our minds when we saw them first. I think it was in Colorado.
Denver, yeah.
Denver,
We
Colorado.
played 2 shows in Denver. It was the first one.
Yep. But looking forward to that. It's on the 7th, I believe. It starts at 7.
Mhm.
The 7th at 7.
Nice.
Easy to remember.
And right now we're writing. We just started writing another song in a different tuning than we have in a long time.
Change it up.
It's in like drop B flat or something.
Yeah, something weird.
Oh God! I
Wow.
was like,
Getting
that.
heavy. But so we're just writing, and we look forward to getting back into Rofo Records and seeing Barry there for a while and put some more stuff out. And we just released Bury Me, so there's that too.
Little teaser.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And where can everybody find everything 11 After? Do you have a website, or is it just your social media? How does everybody get there?
11afterband.com. And it's got all the links to all of our social and everywhere that you can download music. 11afterband.com.
11 After. So I did read a little bit about how you guys got the name, but can you kind of elaborate on that? Because I thought it was kind of cool, because I've had those days too, where I'm just like, what time is it?
It's lunchtime. No,
All the time.
I kept, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I kept looking at the clock, and I don't know, maybe my mind kept tricking me to look at it at that time, but it happened for a long time. I just kept looking at it like, what time is it? 11 after. What time is it? 11 after. We were scratching our heads pretty hard at the trailer trying to come up with some names, and it was pretty much dog perp. Wasn't going very good. So,
Yeah.
and we were probably there for a couple of hours, like with notepads, writing stuff down. I think uncalled 4, but like the letter 4 was one of them.
I joined
No.
the band after you guys named
I
it.
think it was you, me, and Seth.
Seth and Kyle Turwell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I asked what time it was. I think James was like, it's 11 after. I was like,
There we go.
Yeah.
Sign.
like sure, but now everybody's like 11 after what? And I was like, I don't know.
The hour.
That's all the farther we got.
Come watch it. And you freaking tell me.
You got a better idea?
We used to have this weird thing. It was like when we'd be at a party or something and everybody got quiet, and you would look at the clock and it would either be 10 minutes before or 10 minutes after every fucking time. So I when I heard that story, I was like, I could really relate to that, because I totally get what that is, man, because it'd be like, yep, 10 minutes till 10. Everybody just kind of, it's like the conversation just stops. Everybody just kind of goes,
Yeah, that's just like a minute late. I stayed past my welcome 1 minute. I'm like, what time is it? Everybody's gone.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So who is most likely to be caught in a dress in the band?
Oh God.
Is there somebody which one of you would be the one that would be the guy? There's always that one.
I would.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was a robe, it might be.
Oh yeah. He plays in a bathrobe sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I'm not
comfortable
sure.
and airy. You got to think about that. It's a
First
good
time
move.
I saw 10
I mean, it
years.
sounds comfy.
First time I saw 10 years, the lead singer wore a wedding dress, and they blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was insane.
Oh my goodness. So are you releasing singles or do you have plans for an actual album or an EP? What direction are you guys going?
I mean, that's something that we kind of decided we'd talk about kind of in this break over the holidays. We've released, I don't know, like 10 singles. And some of them are more just like a radio edit version of it. So, I mean, we have enough to throw those all onto an album and release a different version of a couple of them, maybe remix them. But we do have a few songs that, in the bank that we want to put down. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of up in the air. We'll talk about it and figure it out, but definitely going to be releasing something.
Right on, right on. Everybody's got a different strategy, we may be coming back around to the people want an album. They want a hard copy with lyrics and reading the liner notes, but then there's the generation that just wants instant gratification.
Yeah.
Hit it on Spotify. I'm not going to buy a whole damn CD when I just like this song that I know of.
Yep.
That type of thing. There's a whole strategy to it, and I don't know if anybody's really found the right combination yet.
Another way of thinking about that too is if you release an album with like 13, 15 songs on it, sometimes people will skip over, a song just because the first 10 seconds they didn't like. Well, if you release one song, they might give it a little bit more of a listen, or, it might get a little bit more spotlight for the one song. But I don't know. I
hear you. But it is really cool watching the evolution, like 13 song albums, then we go to EPs, and now we're just shooting out singles all the time, and so I didn't know what camp you were in and how you guys were thinking about that. And a lot of people like to have enough in their arsenal to go out and tour with, so
Right. Yeah, we did kind of switch over to just doing the singles. I guess we'll just have to try and keep an ear to the ground, see where it's want to go for music, and we'll go that way, I guess. Main thing is we're just gonna try and make music that we love to make and love to play and love to hear.
There you go, right there's the answer right there.
That is the answer. So
that's our number one goal. We're not going to stick to like a genre or anything like that. We just want to make something that we actually like to play.
Yeah.
If you guys, each of you have different.
We'll figure out the format, whatever.
I assume you guys all have a little bit different styles and tastes of music. How does your guys' different styles mesh to what you guys put out?
I didn't hear a word you said.
I didn't hear a word you just said. It cut out.
Oh, Randy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Let's try this again.
Here we go. Yeah.
You guys probably all have way different styles musically and tastes. How does your guys' individual styles mesh into what you guys put out that you guys love together?
That's a good question.
I feel like Brandon and I have a very similar taste in like what we listen to. So I'm kind of always the yes man when you bring something out. I'm like, yeah, that's great, because it's usually I know James. He has a really good knack for hitting different areas of the melodies with the lead guitar that not a whole lot of other people can do.
James has coined his guitar style as the margarine.
The margarine.
No,
it's true.
I agree. I really was influenced by like Crossfade and Seether and Stained and then in like towards the back end of that, like Demon Hunter, and then I got into Tool. And Skylar kind of showed me more about like Bullet for My Valentine. Yeah, so I bring like the dad rock to the party.
Nothing wrong with that.
There ain't a damn thing wrong.
That's the good shit.
What about you, Jake?
I love it.
I enjoy listening to stuff like Demon Hunter and Kill Switch and whatnot. That's like my favorite stuff to listen to. But when I started playing drums, I actually learned how to play drums out at a jam. So my biggest influences, like with my style, is like Mitch Mitchell from the Jimi Hendrix Experience or John Bonham. But then with like a pinch of Breaking Benjamin or Mudvayne, even. Just kind of trying to find something right in the middle that I like to play, because while I listen to really heavier stuff, that's not what I actually enjoy playing on stage. I want to be able to move and dance and have a good time as I'm playing. And I just find that's more easily accessible in a style like a loose style like Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix Experience.
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. I like that. I dig that. I'm always amazed at how many different personalities actually get rolled up into a band, and you guys put out one solid thing, one finished product together, and how it turns out. It's really amazing how it all usually just meshes out. What do you think makes a hit song? What do you think you would need to involve in a song when you're writing for it to be well consumed?
It's got to be relatable.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would first say if I knew what a hit song was, but yeah, it definitely needs to be relatable, and I think a quality that I do bring to some of my writing is vulnerability. I'm not afraid to get vulnerable with my lyrics, or on stage. I just let it go. I'm usually pretty quiet if I don't know somebody. On stage is where I just let it loose. So. Some of the best messages I've ever gotten were like, "Hey, this song helped me through a really hard time." Oh my god! Like that's
that's killer.
That is like the best compliment that I could ever get. It's like I'm doing right. As long as it resonates with people, that's great. That's great.
I just get told I'm fucked up.
Please be better at it.
Oh, Lord. So, do you guys have a songwriting recipe? Do you just start off with a beat? Somebody come in with the guitar? How does the song take shape when you guys are writing a song?
Usually I write like the bones of it. I get like the basic melody and the feel for it.
Okay.
And I bring it in, and I think that's happened with most of them, and they just knock it out of the park.
Yeah, he will get audio clips sent between us, get an idea of kind of what we want to work on, and then like when we get together in person on a long session on a Saturday or something, maybe we'll try to throw it down and see how it feels and go from there.
And that's not like every song either. There's a couple of them out there where, I was jamming out a riff on bass guitar and they're like, hey, that was cool. Let's do something with that. And that turned into Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
And then Undertow, me and you wrote that in the trailer.
Yeah.
It was a completely different sounding song when we wrote it, but it evolved into what it is now.
Yep.
And it had a heck of a lot more words in the chorus.
Yeah, it did.
If I remember right. But
yeah, it did.
Every now and again, you get some of those oddballs. But
yeah, but like since we haven't been like living as a unit, basically like in the same city,
Right.
It's been more like, dispatch. You send something to this guy, they go, I don't know if I like this chorus, and we just switch it up.
I came up with the bass line for Ad Astra on the phone with you.
Yeah, over the phone.
And you played it on the guitar through an octave.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
it. Yep. That's right. He was like he was just like saying the bass line do 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 do, and I turned the octaver onto my guitar. Was like this. He's like, yeah, try doing like a run. Yeah. So
Really
was
cool.
COVID.
That was COVID. Yeah.
Figures.
Have you ever had one of those songs where it just didn't work? You could not make it freaking work, and you kind of benched it for a while, and then you start another song, and you're like, wait, this song will match really good with this. What if we take the first part of this song, match it with this, put them together, and here's our new shit?
That happens all the time. I got like a 10-year-long graveyard of notes in my phone. I'm like, I'm stuck, and then I go through, and I'm like, oh, well, what? I think this kind of matches. So it happens all the time. Happens all the time.
That is funny.
I love it when I hear people say that. It's like when they were writing it, it was like so good, but it just went nowhere. They couldn't get it to crescendo, and then they just like put it over here, and then a little bit later, whether 6 months or a year later, they're just like, wait a minute, what about that other song? If I
Pocket.
seen that happen a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of riffs that are out in limbo right now that'll probably come back.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
It is.
Really cool, really cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see what you guys have to do in the years coming. And definitely let us know when you have something new out, and we would love to have you back on.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you
appreciate
guys so much for having us here. It means a lot. We saw the dime store one, and we're like,
Thank you.
thank you guys for having us.
So much.
Thank you. You have a good evening.
Happy
Guys, take
Thanksgiving.
care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good catch.
Go eat some turkey.
Turkey.
See you guys.
Later.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Bye, guys. All right, that was really cool. So you kind of know these guys pretty well, huh, John?
It's kind of cool.
For a lot of years, I worked the door at the trap. So yeah, I've seen them play probably 30 times. I'm gonna
Never
guess.
thought to
over the
get
year.
him on here. Just slip him a card and be like, "Hey, y'all, thank you."
Dude, I get it. I know.
Hey, we give our cards to homeless people in the parking lot. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Here's some toilet paper.
What was that story? Was that you or Charlie?
That was Charlie. That was not me.
Always blame it on the one that's not here.
Oh my goodness! I can't remember how that like happened. Giving a card to a homeless guy out in the parking lot. Yeah, check us out, dude. I don't even have a phone.
I would like to say that I know that I put a card in Kip Winger's hand and one in George Lynch's hand for sure. Oh, and Lizzie Borden.
No, cool.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to say I knew who to give cards to, even if they looked at me like I was insane. I still did it.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, you miss every shot you don't take.
Like, yeah, if you're fishing and you throw 10 lines out and you get one, you've still got a victory. So that's what I used to do.
You're still gonna eat.
Yep.
I mean, you got to know how to cook it, but you could eat.
Yeah, you could. You got the potential. You got step one done.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we burned through some cards at one time. I remember that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Christy gets it all the time. She'll be like, somebody will tap her on the back of the shoulder. Who do you shoot for? Where can we see these pictures? And it's always loud, so she'll just pull one out of her or her backpack and just give it to them.
Nice.
It works. It works.
I should probably get some of those again.
Yeah, I need to update
I
the
think
ones that we've got.
I've got a handful of them on my computer desk.
Heck yeah.
So
I
anyway,
brought some to the Lorna Shore show.
other than us having a BleachBANGS meeting, that was 11 After, everybody from Topeka, Kansas. Please go check them out at 11afterband.com. Find all their stuff. I'm sure they have some merch on there. Go like their socials, watch their YouTube videos, do all that stuff.
Show them some love.
Hell
That
yeah.
was my PSA.
Yes. And buy some merch at the show.
Please.
Always.
It is gas money, baby.
And food money.
Sadly, Randy, normally right now I would bust out all of my random useless notes while we wait for our other guest, but I don't have any of those this week.
Did your dog
so-
eat your homework?
Yes, absolutely. It ate my notebook. I still don't know where it is. Like the whole damn notebook is gone.
Just gone.
I've been looking for it. I'm like, oh, my wife cleaned the house, so who knows where it got put. My notebook is not that important for some people. It's okay.
To be honest, I've been really busy this week, so I really hadn't seen a whole heck of a lot going on in the music scene. So I really don't have a heck of a lot to cover either. Surely something special's happened this week.
There is something special. I saw today that Crucified Barbara is back together, and they are working on shows for 2025. They are an all-girl band from somewhere in Europe. Don't ask me where right off the top of my head, but I saw them with Crash Diet many years ago.
I wish I could see them.
They were absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so happy to see that they're going to do stuff again. And also, I know I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is out there. They're on their tour. It's that time of year. Well, I saw yesterday or today, apparently Elias shows like somewhere in the venue, like goes and hides like drumsticks signed or a drum head. Like if you're following his stuff and you go to the show, like you can figure out where it's at, I guess. So I was like,
nice.
That's really cool. Like little souvenirs. I don't know if it's like before or after the show. I didn't see the whole video. I just saw what he was doing. I was like,
that's really cool.
That's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I guess one thing that I caught since our last shows, a lot of people know Linkin Park has a new singer, but they are slowly rolling out more and more dates for their tour. They actually released about a weekish ago that they're going to be coming to Tulsa. And I've been watching their Facebook page and stuff, and they've just been slowly just rolling out more and more shows. So they're making their rounds again, which is kind of cool to see.
Heck yeah.
Well, I've tried so hard.
But didn't get so far.
God. No.
Oh, that joke made me feel numb.
I love little dad jokes to throw in together.
Anything Linkin Park I got.
All right. Well, what do you say, John?
Well, I think we should talk for at least a couple more minutes before we call it off. But just in case, maybe they're having problems getting the link properly working. But we'll give it a shot and we'll see what happens.
Do we need to call up our backup singers?
No,
I don't
need our backup.
Good idea.
There's one yell away.
I thought I still had. Oh, I've already deleted it out of there. I thought I had Inside the Trojan Horse, one of their songs that they released right before that. That we interviewed them last Friday, but they sent it to me, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to play that on our next show." He's like, "Dude, that'd be awesome." And then they're like, a couple of days later, they're like, "No, why don't you just debut our song?"
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I kind of felt like I was a liar. I didn't play it from our next show, but I kind of feel like we did what we could. Those guys are so cool.
Oh yeah, they are awesome and they're hilarious.
But hell yeah.
Here.
That
would
was
be really cool.
That was quite a moment for us in history for us to get the exclusive debut of a new video. That was awesome for me.
I definitely need to figure out how to play a much higher quality of something like that because I feel like we didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
I mean, still got the point across. You can still rock out to it, but just areas that I can do better. You need to figure out how to do that higher quality.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Right on, guys. Well, tomorrow is Thanksgiving for everybody out there. Be safe if you're gonna deep fry your turkey. It should have already been thawed because it's
Not straight out of the freezer.
you're gonna totally blow something up. So don't do it if it's not. So there's that. Little
Thaw it out,
Thanksgiving
put it
turkey
outside.
from BleachBANGS. Follow us for more advice.
Yeah.
really
You got
good
such
advice.
great advice. Oh, heavens.
Randy, I think you should play us out.
All righty. Here we go.
We bang your ugly friends too.